Так, вроде все у нас идет, и все у нас пишется. Угу. Так, что, пойдем смотреть новый патч Геншина. Пойдем смотреть новый патч Геншина. Так, ну что у нас тут? Так, долгий путь совершенства. Было волк. Варка. Доступен, быстрый старт. Ладно.
I know. Present.
Варка, Плинс, Пенет, Сахароза. Not cry. Get away to the borderland Elysium. Спасибо, что все перевели. Так, заоблачное великолепие. Это чего? Сокровище пределов. Опять. Сокровище пределов. История путешествий. Созерцание Луны. Так, это что такое? Танец в юге в сизой чаще. Это все было. Лучезарный лунный геккон. Это что такое? Фиг знает. Новый регион, походу. Сближение. Так, ладно. Так, послушаем, что у нас там. Послушаем. Угу, послушаем. Конечно же, послушаем. Так. Так, ладно. Мы посмотрим, что у нас тут. У нас тут, по идее, сюжет. А мы сейчас давай пробежимся по деликам тогда. Потом тестовый забег. Пойдем сразу тестовый забег сделаем. Что у нас тут за персы? Ну, Фринц у нас был. Этих двоих мы потестили. Сахароза. Беннет. Так, о, что-то включилось. Так, Принц 5 звезд. Ну, он был, да. Так, ну-ка, Варка. Такой. Кого-то он мне напоминает. Ризли, кстати. На Ризли похож. Только немножко. Так, это что у нас? Анима. Принц у нас Электро. А этот Анима. Так, ладно, пойдем посмотрим на Флинца. Что он из себя представляет? Так, о персонаже Флинц. Атакующий персонаж Электро. Так, послушаем голос быстренько. Все ли у нас хорошо с голосом? Если нам что-нибудь загрузится тут вообще. Грузим, 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 грузим. Грузим, грузим, грузим. Наверное, не загрузим. Так, ладно. Худо-бедно там все равно будет слышно, так что фиг с ним. Так. Принц — атакующий персонаж Электро, который позволяет персонажам отряда вызывать реакцию лунный заряд и сам наносит прямой урон этой реакции с помощью своих навыков. Лунный заряд, когда слив принц в отряде, активируемая его персонажем реакция заряжен, превращается в лунный заряд. Лунный заряд создает грозовые тучи, которые периодически бьют молниями по врагам, во врагов поблизости, одновременно находящихся под воздействием электро и гидро, и наносит электроурон. Такой урон может вызвать критические попадания. Размер наносимого урона зависит от всех персонажей, наложивших элементы во время реакции. Ментальный навык. После применения ментального навыка Флинс переходит в особый режим. Явление пламени. Его обычная атака и заряженная атака наносит электроурон, который не может быть отменен другими инфузиями. А также становится доступен особый элементальный навык. Взрыв стихии. В режиме явления пламени в течение некоторого времени после применения особого элементального навыка Флинт может использовать особый взрыв стихии, если уровень лунного знамения в отряде достигает высшего сияния. Поблизости присутствуют грозовые тучи, созданные реакцией лунный заряд. Число атак особого взрыва стихии увеличивается. Взрыв стихии 2. При применении взрыва стихии Флинс наносит противнику прямой урон реакции лунный заряд. Если уровень лунного знамения в отряде достигает высшего сияния и поблизости присутствуют грозовые тучи, созданные реакцией лунный заряд, число атак взрыва стихии увеличивается. Ничего не понял, ну ладно.
Beware the creatures of the night. Be silent. To dust. Observe. Night falls.
Ура! Мы прошли обучение. Если нам что-нибудь загрузится тут вообще. Так, ладно, с голосом нормально, все, погнали дальше.
Be silent. Close your eyes. To dust.
Yeah. Cleanup sequence initiated. Ultimatum protocol. Yeah. Ring cutter. Animal tech 6308. Animal.
The long sleep beckons. Observe.
Вот так вот. Все быстро, без обмана. Пойдем посмотрим, что у нас тут за Варка. Варка, за Варка, господи. Как чувака назвали, бедняга? Так, а персонажи. Варка — атакующий аниме-персонаж с двумя мечами, способный наносить элементальный урон разных типов в зависимости от состава отряда. Во время испытания Варке эффекты двух ведьмовских персонажей в отряде будут по умолчанию активны. Кроме того, все эффекты, которые наносят элементальный урон разных типов, могут быть активированы независимо от состава отряда. Так, элементальный навык 1. Активировав элементальный навык, Варка переходит в особый режим бури и натиска. В этом режиме урон его обычной заряженной атаки повышается. Кроме того, в зависимости от состава отряда, каждый из его двуручных мечей наносит соответствующий элементальный урон. Интересно. Урон, наносимый двуручным мечом в его левой руке, будет аном-уроном. Если в отряде есть персонаж Пира, Гидра, Электро или Криво, то двуручный меч в его правой руке наносит... правой руке наносит урон соответствующего элемента, согласно приоритету, в котором они перечислены. Нормально. Так, элементальный навык 2. Через некоторое время Варка также может использовать более мощный особый элементальный навык и заряженную атаку. Попадание обычными атаками по противнику дополнительно сокращает необходимое для этого время. Элементальный навык 3. Нифига. Если вы активируете элементальный навык, долгим нажатием Варка совершает прыжок вперед. Чем дольше вы удерживаете навык, тем дальше персонаж прыгает. Взрыв стихии выполняет могучий двойной рубящий удар вперед, 2 раза нанося адому урон. Если в отряде есть персонажи Пира, Гидра, Электро или Криво, то первый рубящий удар наносит урон данного элемента согласно приоритету, в котором они перечислены. Ладно. Ребята. Так, обучение. Ох, ни хрена. Берсерк. С 2 мечами. Хренату. Реально берсерк. Вот это чувак. Это у нас тут Дурин. Б.6.2.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Here we go.
Thunder! Huh? Thunder! Leave it to me! Decay! New life! Burn! Thunder! Thunder!
Нифига, тут мясорубка. Что-то выбить его захотелось даже. Прикольно. Прикольный чел. Вот это чувак. Вот это рубка. Молодец. Блин, круток-то не так много. Ну, вообще нормально. Ну, вообще прямо зашибись. Так, что у нас тут? Пропуск. Северный ветер. Ой, что, пойти поберется по сюжету, что ли, немножко? Пойдем, что делать-то? Где мы там застряли? Нам надо отнести что-то кому-то. Так. Так. Пойдем посмотрим. Новые, надо что-то отнести. То, что мы тут нашли. Пойдем отнесем.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks. This fishing basket looks familiar.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Night Wind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even 2 people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Katera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off. This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle. The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important? Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future. While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us, and when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes, that's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's alright. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. There's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support, but I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not. Be careful out there. I'll observe the situation from here.
Так, ну это уже, наверное, в следующий раз пойдем.
perfect weather for sipping a cup of tea while gazing out the window.
Let's hope you'll put up a good fight.
Here comes another.
Let's finish this out.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
This was new.
Let's finish this.
Here comes another.
That was quick. That was quick.
This was new.
All right, you act
Get down.
Get good, show. Buckle up!
Out of the frying pan, into the...
Huh? Who's this? Let's have some fun, shall we?
Stick around.
Rain of bullets!
Bubba, get them!
Don't be such a...
Let the show begin. Ready, steady, go!
Look alive!
Watch this.
You're... Buckle up!
Full speed ahead! Let's dance!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Here is your reward.
Ad astra abyss.
It's nearly time for afternoon tea. Try not to enjoy this.
Let's get it on!
spark things up a little.
Nice and spicy.
My.
Так, у нас же тут компенсации все пришли, да? Ой, там еще. Ага, компенсация технической работы, компенсация исправления ошибок. Отлично, отлично.
Why not keep me?
Ну ладно. Что продолжим в другой раз. Но Варка, конечно, молодец. Обалденный перс получился. Даже покрутить его захотелось. Но пока не буду. О, давай обычные крутки сделаем. Может, что выпало? Какая-то лего. Прикольно. Так, глубина переговоров. Черная кисть.
Hello, I am Yume Midzuki, a clinical psychologist. If something's troubling you, feel free to talk it out with me. I can banish even the darkest of nightmares from your mind without leaving a single trace. Oh, you don't believe me? Well then, if you have a moment to spare, why don't you stop by my office?
Прикольно. А что, у нас в стандартном баннере тоже уже? Так, клятва стрелка. Глубина переговоров. О, церемониальный лук. Холодное лезвие. Холодное лезвие. Руководство по магии. Прикольно. Прикольно. Мидзуки выпало. Нет, это не та. Это хуже. Так, подождите, где она? Она Мидзуки. Анема. Что, у меня шмоточки есть? Нет.
I don't sense any nightmares around here.
process if you don't keep your voice down. You might want to get a guide. The biggest
Ух ты, фига себе. РДД.
Time to relax.
Ух ты, еще летать можем. Прикольно. Прикольно. Мидзуки. Неплохо так, неплохо.
the biggest one in history.